Debo being Debo again. I got $200.
I'm trying to get rid of that name, but at the end of the day, they making me stick to that shit. Like I can't. I'm trying to sell it to somebody.
What bike?
I'm trying to, yo, Panda, I'm trying to sell that name to somebody.
You trying to sell it to somebody?
I'm trying to sell.
Maybe you can sell it to Cuban. Debo Link.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
Debo Link.
You know what's crazy? We got Kiro about his stupid ass. Is that he called me Debo. I tell you, stop calling me that shit, my nigga. You don't know me as fucking Debo. You know me as Devel. Oh, no, because you know everybody. Just, you know what, Debo. Like, yo, why the fuck you calling me that? He was on a live with Toon a couple of days ago. He's like,
right, yeah, I saw that.
It's Debo. Toon was like, who? No, you know, Devel from the way. Yo, stop calling me that. You don't know me by that either. Dumbass, what's wrong with you?
Well, how'd you come up with that name then?
It's a long story, man.
Yeah, I think I kind of heard it. It was kind of boring anyway, so I don't really want to know.
Yeah, you don't want to know. It's a long story. It has to do with the street element that I'm not willing to profess out here with these Ricos going back and forth and crazy. Like, we're not. You're not going to see me.
Let me ask you that then, right? Because Benzino recently did this video where he was talking about the internet and the streets was never supposed to cross paths like this. It was never supposed to do this. And because, you know, like back in the day, a lot of times people that were in the streets, they didn't even want pictures taken of them. They didn't want to be on video. There was like a lot of real G's moving silence for real. Like, you know, but now it's like because of internet, because of the clout, the attention is the new form of currency. It's like you got people that will go on camera and say all types of stuff. And even if they're not talking about that particularly on camera, they're involved in other stuff and bringing attention to them anyways. What do you think about that whole thing?
Now we get into the real issues and the real topics, man. And now we here. Check it out. Attention is the new currency.
Come on, you know they would have been mad if I didn't ask you about that slap, okay? They would never let that up.
I know, right?
How are you a real journalist? You didn't ask that.
Attention is the new currency, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? Fame is perceived to even be more than money. Because people get drunk off that. It's the dopamine of today.
Yeah, because people that have money and have women, have all this stuff, it's still not good enough for them. They want the attention. They want to be on camera.
They want the attention. Right. Give me $1 million, I'm off this earth. You'll never find me. I'm John Wick. I'm what you call it.
I'm gonna have my own land.
Listen, my new favorite TV show is Reacher. I'm him. You ain't gonna find me with nothing but a toothbrush and a passport. Like, that's what I'm gonna have.
Yo, that motherfucker's crazy.
Yeah, so
he's crazy.
So it's unfortunate, man. It's just the blending and the errors that went in. Unfortunately, that internet is a motherfucker because people want to be on that box in the screen, getting nothing but views and attention off the stupid shit they say, off the regal shit they say, off the whatever they do, man. I was just watching a video, you know what I'm saying? I'm from the Bronx. I was watching a video of Bay Plaza. There was like 400 kids at Bay Plaza just going crazy, age shit. For what? They didn't even know what they was doing. It was just energy, just up and down all over the place and shit like that, man. These kids was just turning up, running in store to store, fighting with their quote-unquote ops, if you will, throwing motherfuckers over the balcony and shit like that. It was hard to stop. Police couldn't stop it. Really, nobody could stop it. Now I'm asking, where the fuck are the parents at? You understand what I'm saying? Ask your kid. You know what I'm saying? If they not far from Bay Plaza, yo, was you there that day? You know what I'm saying? Bring your stupid ass over here. Let me holler at you. Parenting today is awful. Awful. Because back then, it was kids having kids. Now you just can't control your kids. Because as a parent, you either scared of your kid or you just can't control them because they're going to just go out there and do whatever the fuck they want to do. And it's going to take all your strength and resources to put your kid in place because you ain't got the uncles that you need to put them in place or you ain't got
No, you know what the other problem is, that they're using the screens to raise their kids.
That's a fact, though. That's a fact. But, you know, I gotta also say in defense of the parents, some of the parents who are good parents, they're parents that got 9 to 5 jobs or 2 jobs that they can't even watch their kid. You know what I'm saying? Watching a kid is damn near a 24-hour job. No matter, even if they're a teenager. Even if they're a teenager, you got to know where they at, what they doing at all times. And shout out to the good parents that actually do that, because I don't want to do too much complaining on here as if there's not enough good parents. There are. But when I seen that video and I seen all those fucking kids, yo, listen, man, there's a lot of kids that want to be just like some of these kids that don't have parents that can run around and do whatever the fuck they want. That's an allure. That's intriguing to these kids to be able to have independence and freedom to do and say whatever the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta really teach these kids how to, from A to Z, how to grow, how to be who they are, not to be peer pressured into trying to be cool or being the quote unquote drill nigga, the thug, and all this other crazy shit, man. Because that's all these kids want to do. These kids are desensitized. When you have a kid 12 to 13, 14, 15 years old, killing motherfuckers cold blood in the street, and they have no remorse and no empathy and no emotion towards that shit, we have a problem. You understand what I'm saying, Panda? We have a motherfucking problem. So when internet, when you say, going back to what you were saying, the question as far as Benzino saying the internet and the streets and shit, they don't correlate, obviously. Because anything you do in the streets is not supposed to be on TV or on the internet to say this, that, and the third. But they hear these documentaries and these stories about this gang and these people that was selling drugs back in the days and all that. That's an appeal. That's, for some reason, it's just appealing to the person that's watching this shit that want to be said person, if you will. It's very unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? So, like, people say, "Oh, you want to be a basketball player or actor or rapper and shit." I prefer you be that than be a fucking knucklehead thug out here acting a fool. There's a lot of options to be something or be somebody in life that's just not catered to. It's just not shown on these fucking YouTubes or whatever to be such and such. No, no, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say they are there, but it's not cool to push those. I wish the algorithm was pushing that instead of pushing the bullshit that was happening today. You feel what I'm saying? And a
Because
lot of
that's
these
the other side of it, though, right? The other side is that people are saying in 2025, there's no reason why you should be in the streets doing illegal activities when there's so many ways to make money now on the internet, other things that you could be doing legally that is more safe too.
let me tell you
You know what I
something.
mean?
Let me tell you something. My top two people, there's a lot of them, but I'm gonna tell you my top two people that I've seen take a camera and turn themselves into millionaires. It's Kai Cenat and I Show Speed. I love those two. They took a camera, put in their bedroom, and started talking their shit and doing what they doing. They far away from them streets. They don't got a gun in their hand. They not running with gangs or none of that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know it's like a lotto ticket. It's, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody's going to win with that, approach. But they tried something. They came from the same environment. We all came from a poor environment, urban communities and shit like that. Because Kai Cenat is from the Bronx. I know how them Bronx streets are. I know the area he lived at Eden Wall and all that. Very hard to come from that. You know what I'm saying? But he did determination, hard work, and did what he can to raise himself out of that poverty to get him and his family out of there. You know what I'm saying? We all could do it. We all could try. You know what I'm saying? One thing I would say this, even a bum has $1 in their pocket, right? Money. There's money for everybody. So if there's money for everybody, there's a plan for everybody to get it, to win. You just gotta try. You feel what I'm saying? And you gotta have that mentor or whomever you with, male, female, to push you to try to make your life better. You feel what I'm saying? I have kids, bro. I have 2 kids. I have a son, I have a daughter. You know what I'm saying? My son is not in the game, my daughter's not on the pole. You know what I'm saying? And as gratifying for me as that is, I still push them to want to do more. My wife want to push them to want to do more. You feel what I'm saying? And they doing that. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm the most proudest of my kids and shit like that because one is in college and one got a high maintenance job at Tiffany. Like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes me feel good as a parent, but I feel like I could still do more. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, man, watch your kids. I was one of those dudes. I was damn near my daughter's bodyguard for however, you know what I'm saying, for all them 21 years. Pick up from school, drop off from school, go to a basketball game, go do this, go do that. My brothers do that now. Shout out to my brothers, Manchild and Glamour. They do that shit also. Shout out to my sister, Danielle, Denisha, even though Denisha, I love you, you ain't got no kids, but I know you would do it if you have. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we all do it. You know what I'm saying? And we're all married. You know what I'm saying? For years and shit. So at the end of the day, man, like, we trying to just make up for the mistakes and the stuff that we watched prior from our parents and stuff like that to be better parents today. And I say we didn't have great parents. Trust me, I love my mother. She did everything she can to make shit happen for us. You know what I'm saying? Which makes her a great parent. And that's what we doing, man. But for you kids out there, man, you should say to yourself, man, ask your parent, are you proud of me, Mom? Yo, Dad, you proud of me? Have a real conversation with your parent and what they see for you doing in life. Because that shit you doing out in the streets will catch up to you. You know what I'm saying? That harmony that you call in the streets is gonna reflect your parents on who they are when that news gets back to your moms and your fathers. And they gotta be sitting in that courtroom and they gotta gather up the money to get you a fucking a real lawyer, not a legal aid and shit like that. Now your mother and your father busting out tens of thousands to get you fucking out of this harmony situation that you got caught up in, or a robbery charge that you got caught up in. It ain't worth it, bro. I tell my kids and everything, like, yo, listen, man, hard work, man. Work hard in your 20s, you know what I'm saying? And then you're going to be all right in your 40s. In your 30s, you're just going to be maintaining whatever you worked hard for to make sure when you get to your 40s and 50s, you ain't got to ask for nothing. You ain't got to be, you know what I'm saying, under nobody's thumb. You don't got to have a boss to be kicking, you know what I'm saying, kicking you in your ass every time to fucking do X, Y, Z in your job. That's all it is, man. This internet is the devil. It's good and bad at the same time, and it's bad for the dopamine, the clout, and the stupid shit that we do to get views and stuff. It's not even about the money for a lot of these kids. It's about the fucking views and the clout. You know what I'm saying? For adults, they're trying to get as much money as possible, but the way they go about it is sick. It's stupid shit that they do. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. And that's why me and my partner Panda is going to come with a morality show called Lee and Carter coming soon.
Wait, what the hell? All right.